Sampling Junior Setup Manual. Mounting the system on a microscope. Carefully take Sampling Junior T and a digital microscope out from the boxes. After removing packing materials, put Sampling Junior on the digital microscope along two side rails. Software installation. Install the software for the camera operation and microscope image display. Inside the CD you will find a folder called 5 Mega Camera Software and a folder called Cell Point Marker. Install the microscope image display software by clicking SI_setup in the 5 Mega Camera Software folder. The camera operation software is in a folder called Cell Point Marker, so copy the entire folder onto your computer. If you have a camera attached to your computer, turn it off. Preparation for the operation check. Fixing the position of the system. From now on, we will adjust the position of Sampling Junior and fix it. Connect the USB of the digital microscope to the computer. Double-click cellpointmaker.exe to start the camera operation software. Then you will see a black camera button on the menu. Click the On button to get a microscope image. Now on the screen, you can see the cross mark of the tape attached to the dish table. Change the display size if necessary. If it's too dark, check the black knob on the left side of the bottom housing and make sure the digital microscope's illumination is turned on. Adjust the camera lens to focus if you need. Move Sampling Junior so that you see the character X almost at the center of the image. Put the mouse on the center of character X, right-click, and select Move Here Needle Marker to place the needle marker at the center of character X. This red circle will be the collection position. You fix Sampling Junior with screws at both sides of the XY stage for the specimen holder. 2 of the screws attached on the XY stage should be used for fixing Sampling Junior on the digital microscope. Remove the sheet attached on the glass plate. Turn the knob on the side of the lower housing to adjust the amount of light while looking at the screen. Filling the buffer solution. Put buffer solution in the syringe right side of the system. The buffer solution is the ejection solution you want to use when collecting, such as pure water or physiological saline, etc. Pour the liquid up to just before the small hole at the 4 ml position of the syringe. Push the shaft all the way to the top of the hole. Cover the hole at the 4 ml position with your finger, then push the shaft to inject the buffer solution into the solution tank that is a thin syringe next to the thick syringe. Fill the solution tank with buffer solution. It is okay if the buffer solution fills the middle of the thin syringe. Setting PCR tubes and a dish. Put 8-strip PCR tube on the recovery plate. Put a piece of cleaning pad such as cotton in a cleaning tube and place it at the head of the recovery plate. Put a dish on the sample holder and fix it with a screw so that the bottom of the dish is in close contact with the glass window. System operation check. Connect the electric power cable and power it on. The initialization starts. After setting the sampling dial to the standby position, push the blue button. The collection needle tip goes down to the standby position just 0.1 mm above the dish. Check the needle tip figure on a microscope image. Push the blue button again. Then the collection needle holder goes back to the waiting position. Move the needle marker to the center of the collection needle image by the right click of the mouse and selecting Move Here Needle Marker. Position adjustment is now complete. Microdissection collection by punching. Turn the silver lever and move the sample so that the red marker comes to the position you want to collect while watching the screen. At first, we tested with standby, but this time set it to a number 0 to 7. This number indicates how hard the needle should be used to collect the sample. 0 is the weakest and 7 is the strongest. A value of 1 is generally good. Please adjust according to the sample type. Push the blue button. The collection needle goes down until touching a specimen. Then the collection needle goes down further a little bit by the amount determined with the sampling dial. The collection needle pushes out microdissection together with a solution ejection into the tube. The collection needle comes down to clean up the collection needle tip while over-ejecting a solution. This is the point we collected. While looking at the screen, adjust the silver lever to set the next collection point. Press the blue button again. The collection needle goes down further a little bit by the amount determined with the sampling dial. The collection needle rotates as much as specified by the spin dial. The microdissection was collected in a second tube. After the cleaning process, the collection needle goes back to the waiting position. You can collect in the third tube with the same action. The collection needle goes down until the amount determined with the sampling dial. The collection needle pushes out microdissection together with a solution ejection into the tube. This way you can iterate. Return to the first tube. After collecting in all tubes, when you want to collect in the first PCR tube, press the blue return button on the left side. And collect again. You can collect the sample in the first tube. Needle position adjustment for recovering a microdissection. When you want to adjust the height of the needle position when collecting the sample into the PCR tube, press the red Z check button. If you want to push out the microdissection at the lower position into the PCR tube, turn the Z posi knob slightly clockwise. Then the needle goes down. Adjust the needle to a desirable position and press the red Z check button again. Then the position is memorized and the needle returns to the initial position. You can push out microdissection into the PCR tube with the needle in a lower position than before.